Hi, this is Spence, and I'd like to give you a brief overview of how the INTJ goes about courtship. Stage 1. Observation. In the initial stages of courtship, the INTJ, using myself as an example, would tend to observe the subject of their interest, and they would do so in a very kind of under the radar way. So what I mean by this is that they won't let on to anybody, especially the person they're interested in, that they are in fact interested in them. Stage 2. Evaluation. INTJs tend to have an impersonal approach when getting to know their subject of interest. This involves research, this involves doing their homework, it also involves writing a book. Yes, no joke, writing a book. Because even I wrote a book once. It was called Socionics Demystified. And no, I didn't mean to plug my book just then, but it's just an example of an INTJ trying to come to some conclusion about the social world and how everyone fits in and how the whole system works. And just ignoring the whole personal approach, which is like just accepting people at face value. And, you know, if you can't accept people at face value, then you're going to accept them at theoretical value, as it were, because that's the impersonal approach. You assess them based on personality type, based on all sorts of variables that add up to the person. So, as you see in the picture, the book inside the INTJ's head has to be written before he or she can make their move. Stage 3. Action. The INTJ has to make some move at some point. He can't stay on the sidelines forever. So in the form of taking action, this may manifest itself in as subtle as liking the person's posts on Facebook, to actually, and yes, I do mean actually, saying hi to the person and making first contact. In fact, the person of interest, the subject of interest I should say, may have already made contact in the past, but the INTJ, being the INTJ, has already been standoffish with a kind of Mexican standoff, and would end up having to make hi all over again. You know, hello, how are you? And it'll be an awkward moment, but the INTJ will have to make that move at some point. Otherwise, he'll just keep mentally going over the same thoughts surrounding the person. And so concludes the final stage of courtship for the INTJ.